How to build income that doesn't depend on your hours. Every morning, millions of people wake up and immediately start selling something. Not their house, not their car, not their business. Something far more valuable, their time. You wake up, you work, you get paid, you go home, you sleep. And tomorrow you do it again. At first, it feels normal. Everyone around you is doing the same thing. But there is a problem nobody tells you about. You can replace money. You can replace job. You can rebuild a business, but you cannot replace an hour. Once an hour is gone, it's gone forever. And that's why the biggest question isn't how much money do you make? The better question is how much of your life must you give away to make that money? Because if your income stops the moment you stop working, you don't really own your income. Your income will own your time. And today we are going to talk about how to escape the trap. Not by becoming rich overnight, not by finding some magical passive income sense, but by changing the way you think about money. Because the goal isn't simply to make more money. The goal is to make money less dependent on your time. Imagine two people. A person A earns $20 an hour. Person B earns $20,000 from something they created months ago. At first glance, person B obviously has more money, but that is not the interesting difference. The interesting difference is this: person A gets paid when they work, but person B can get paid because something they created continuously working. That's completely different relationship with money. Person A wants to earn money, they usually need to work more hours, maybe overtime, maybe a second job, maybe promotion, but there is selling because there are only 24 hours in a day. You can increase your hour rate, but eventually your time becomes the bottleneck, and that's the trap. You are trying to solve many problems with the one resource you cannot increase. That's time. There are four broad ways to think about earning money. The first is selling your time. You work an hour, you get paid for the hour. This is the simplest model, and there's nothing wrong with it. Jobs can provide stability, experience, and valuable skill. The problem comes when this becomes your only model. The second is selling your skill. A freelancer can charge $15 for something that might take an hour. A consultant can charge 100. A specialist can charge thousands. The person isn't simply selling time anymore. They are selling experts. The third is owning an asset. An asset can produce value without requiring you to personally perform the work every single time. A book, a course, software, website, YouTube video, digital product, and investment. The fourth is building a system. This is where things become powerful. Instead of asking, how can I personally do more? You ask, how can this process continue without me doing every step? That's the difference between being the worker and becoming the owner. Here is a dangerous idea. If I just work harder, eventually I have I will have enough, but harder work doesn't automatically create freedom. Imagine you earn $50 an hour. You work 8 hours a day. That's $120. You decide to work 12 hours. Now you are exhausted, but your income increased. So you repeat it. Soon you are working 6 or 7 days a week. Your income rises, but your life gets smaller. You have less time for family, less time for hobbies, less time for learning, less time to build something of your own, and eventually you become too tired to escape the system. You are working so hard to escape. That's the irony. You can become so busy making money that you don't have time to build wealth. The richest business model usually have one thing in common: leverage. Leverage means using something other than your own power to multiply your output. Money is leverage. People are leverage. Technology is leverage. Media is leverage. Software is leverage. Imagine you spend 3 hours creating a useful video without leverage. 3 hours of work may produce value for 3 hours. But with media, that same 3 hour video can potentially be watched by thousands of people while you sleep, while you are eating, while you are working on something else. That's leverage. You create once, and the creation can continue delivering value. A digital product works the same way. You create it once, a customer buy it, another customer buy it, another customer buys it. The work isn't perfectly passive, but the relationship between hours and income has changed, and that's the important part. For most of human history, your ability to make money was heavily limited by geography. If you were a teacher, you taught the people who could physically reach you. If you were a shop owner, you sold to people who would visit your shop. If you were a musician, your audience was mostly the people who could hear you. The internet changed that. Today, one person can create something and distribute it to people around the world. Video, an ebook, a template, a course, a software tool, a newsletter, a digital service. Suddenly, your potential audience isn't the 100 people in your neighborhood. It can be millions of people, but there is a catch. The internet created opportunity. It did not remove competition. So the question becomes, what can you create that people actually want? Let's destroy a dangerous myth. Passive income doesn't mean do nothing and get paid. That's usually marketing. Real passive income often begins with active work. A YouTube channel requires research. A digital product requires creation. A business requires system. Investment requires capital. A website requires maintenance. The word passive can be misleading. The real goal isn't zero work. The real goal is decoupling income from every hour you work. That's much better target. Instead of asking, how can I make money while doing nothing? Ask, how can 1 hour of my work create value that lasts longer than that hour? That question can change your entire financial life. You may be thinking, but I don't have money. That's okay. Some forms of leverage requires capital, other requires knowledge, creativity, consistency, and patience. Consider content. You can create an educational video, a tutorial, a story, a review, a lesson, a useful explanation. You publish it, and unlike traditional job, the work doesn't necessarily disappear when the workday ends. Your video can potentially continue reaching people tomorrow, next month, next year. That doesn't mean every video will succeed. Most will not, but the principle matters. You are building an asset, one piece at a time, one video, one article, one product, one useful idea, one customer, one system. Eventually, the small pieces can become something much bigger. So, how do you actually begin? Don't quit your job tomorrow. Don't gamble your saving. Don't chase every online business trend. Instead, build in stages. Stage 1, increase your value. Learn a skill people will pay for. Sales, copywriting, video editing, programming, design, marketing, consulting, AI assisted workflows. The goal is simple, increase the value of your hour. If you can earn $10 an hour, learn how to create $13 an hour value, then $15, then $100. Stage number 2, save and reinvest. Don't spend every increase in income. Use some of it to buy time and build assets, better equipment, education, software, advertising, investment, a business. The goal is to turn today's income into tomorrow's independence. Stage number 3, build something that can scale. Now, create something that doesn't require you to personally perform every transactions, a product, a channel, a website, a course, a business system, an investment portfolio, something that can grow beyond your personal hour. This is where the game changes. Tonight, do something simple. Take a piece of paper, write down everything you did today: work, scrolling, watch television, meeting, commenting, shopping, social media, sleeping. Then ask yourself 3 questions. Question number 1, what activities make me money today? Question number 2, what activities could make me money tomorrow? And finally, question number 3, what am I doing repeatedly that could eventually be automated, delegated, or turned into an asset? That third question is powerful because freedom, freedom isn't just about earning more, it's about removing unnecessary dependence on your personal time. Maybe wealth isn't the car. Maybe it isn't the house. Maybe it isn't the expensive watch. Maybe wealth is something much quieter. It's waking up and knowing you don't have to sell every hour of your day to survive. It's having choice. It's being able to say no. It's having time to think, time to create, time to learn, time to be with people you love. Because eventually you realize something. Money is useful, but money was never the final goal. Time was. And the strange thing about time is that we spend it every day without knowing how much we have left. So don't ask yourself only, how can I make more money? Ask, how can I make my money less dependent on my time? Start with your skill, then your saving, then your asset, then your system. Build slowly, build intelligently, and don't believe anyone who promises you overnight freedom. Real freedom is usually built quietly. One skill, one asset, one system, 1 hour at a time. Because the richest person isn't necessarily the person with the most money. Sometimes it's the person who owns the most control over their time. Your time is being spent right now. The question is, what are you getting in return? Stop trading your life for a paycheck. Build something that can work without you. Thanks for watching this video. If this is valuable and if you get something, please write it down in the comments and I will read and reply for you. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Thanks so much. See you on the next video.